So I want to start this video off with a quote that's going to be relatable to the entire point of this video. And the quote that I've heard, and I'm sure you have too, is opposites attract. So in terms of like socials or like meeting some like making friends or even being like in a romantic relationship, if you like these things and the person you're trying to be friends with or talk to romantically likes these things, well, because you two have nothing in common, opposites attract, you guys are going to like each other. And I personally, from experience, someone that talks to an absolute ton of people, and I've had relationships on both hands, I can tell you right now that I believe that this is the biggest load of bullshit ever. If you two have nothing in common, you guys have no stories that you can tell of you doing similar things, you've got nothing that you like, you can't be relatable to this person in any way. And humans feel more comfortable being with people or talking to people that like quote unquote like get them. So like if you ever ask somebody, whether it's a guy or a girl, what did it feel like when you were with your partner and it felt like you guys kind of just understood each other? It's one of the greatest feelings in the world. Like that's like my soulmate because things are just so easy. So I want to talk about in this video that if you're looking to be more social, make more friends, or even have more relationships, how being relatable actually helps you, because this will build trust and comfort. And I'm going to try to give you some examples of what I mean of being relatable in this video. So before I get into it, if you do like what you see, please give the video a thumbs up. Brand new channel, I would really appreciate that. You would help promote the video into YouTube's algorithm. All right. So when it comes to being relatable, I think the easiest way to be relatable is by like storytelling. And I don't mean like storytelling like, oh, let me tell you what time where I went and did this, blah, blah, blah. Now, you can do that. But if you're in the middle of a conversation with somebody, whether you know them, like if you're already friends with them, or it's like brand new. So to give you an example of today at the farmer's market. Now, this is relatable in a way, but it's not completely relatable. So I had my dog with me at the farmer's market, and I was rolling around. And I saw this girl and her daughter, and they were walking around. And I looked at the woman. I was like, "Hey, excuse me." I was like, "I just want to let you know you look so beautiful in this outfit." And then her and the daughter stopped, and I let them come and meet the dog. And then the woman and I started talking for a little bit, and the mom said that she's been a teacher for 8 years, and she helps teach people with like disabilities. Now, this was relatable to me because you can't tell right now, but I am in a wheelchair. So I was hit by a drunk driver 7 years ago, and I was like, well, I appreciate that, because as somebody that uses a wheelchair, like that tells me that you've got a lot of patience, especially because you're helping these kids, basically grow up to feel like they're normal people. So I use that as relatability in that conversation, not because I'm a teacher that helps other kids, but because I'm in a wheelchair, so I am technically disabled, and she teaches kids with disabilities. Now, another way that you could be totally relatable when you're talking to somebody, and again, this could be someone brand new, and this helps you more if you two are complete strangers, because the fastest way to get to know somebody and get to like somebody is to make them trust you and to make them feel comfortable with you, especially if it's a guy talking to a woman. The more comfortable you can get the girl around you, the more her personality is going to open up, and she's going to start talking to you and telling you more things. That's just natural feminine behavior. So let's say that let's say you went out to a restaurant with like a friend, and you guys ended up meeting some of like his or her other friends out, and you've never met these people before. So you're talking to like a guy or a girl, and you're asking, hey, I know we just met, but let's see if we can get to know each other, and that way we're all like cool together. What do you enjoy doing for fun, like when you're not at the restaurant or whatever? Let's say that this guy or girl says like, oh, I enjoy going to the gym and working out. I'm actually a power lifter, and because I used to power lift in the past, I could say, dude, no way, I used to power lift myself. That's sick, man. Look at us, we already have something in common. Tell me about that. When did you get started in that? You look amazing, by the way. So already, do you see how just from me, like if in this situation, if I'm talking to a stranger, we don't know each other. Yes, we now we know each other because we're in proximity of other people that we know. Okay? So now, if I'm talking to this guy or girl and I ask what they do for fun, and they say they're a power lifter because I used to power lift, and even if you don't, if they say they enjoy going to the gym and you do, you guys can still talk about that. Dude, I go to the gym as well, man. Which one do you go to? How long have you been going for? Okay, you can still just talk about the gym, and even though it's like talking about the gym's nothing like crazy, you're still having a conversation with this person about something that you two can both agree with, that you you two both enjoy. Or another example is, let's say you're part of a community. Let's say you just joined a run club, because this is popular in my area. There's a big ass run club in downtown Sarasota that my buddy's a part of. And I know because I could see pictures on Facebook and Instagram of two guys, actually, my buddy and another guy I used to know. They're part of I think it's the same run club. I don't know if they know each other, but when they post, they're always with like other people. And why this is a great way to meet new people is because in this situation, everybody that's joining this run club already likes running. So you guys already have something in common. So as far as meeting new people goes, whether it's a guy or a girl, you already have something you can talk about. Hey man, how did you find this group? How long have you been running for? Hey, what do you enjoy about running? This is, now you can be relatable. I asked you that because like running for me, the reason I love asking this question, like, what do you enjoy about running? Because for me personally, it does X, Y, Z. It's because now you're being personal and you might relate to them because you both enjoy running. But for you, let's say it helps you like relieve stress and it's something you do to like work on your body. Like the cardio helps you with your mind and a bunch of other stuff. This person might end up agreeing with you. So not only do we met each other through the run club, so we already know we both enjoy running. But now when we talk to strangers, we're asking what do they like about running. Now you two are getting to know each other on a personal level. Well, running does this for me. So from here then, if you two are already talking, now you can continue going on and to trying to figure out if you guys have any other similarities. And even if you don't have any other similarities or anything other, like anything else you guys can be relatable on, you can figure out over time, the more you talk to this person, like if you talk to them again, like let's say you met this guy or girl at Run Club and you guys talk for a little bit, and then you see them again next week and you start talking to them again next week. Well, now the conversation next week is going to be a lot different than the one this week is, and now you guys can have a different conversation and you might be able to figure out more things about them that you can relate to. Being relatable. And when you're talking to somebody, like I teach, like if you're talking to somebody, the person who's asking the most questions is the one leading the conversation. So if you want to make new friends, or if you want to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and it's someone you just met, more than likely you are going to have to be the one to lead that conversation. You're going to have to ask this person questions. And because you're trying to figure out who they are on a personal level, humans love that anyway. So they're already going to like you just because you're trying to figure out, you actually care who this person is. And that's why asking people questions is so important, because you'll get people that hate when you ask them questions, but then most of the time people love it because people are very selfish, and it's not often that we get other people asking about us. And from a psychology point of view, if you can get somebody to talk about themselves, they're going to like you more, they're going to trust you more, they're going to feel more comfortable talking to you. So when you guys talk to this person and you're asking them questions, if they make a comment or they say something that you can relate to, then go ahead and be like, hey, listen, I can't come up with something off the top of my head, but hey, I actually have a funny story about the same thing. Let me tell you about that real fast. And then you can tell them whatever story or whatever thing happened that's relatable to this situation, and then you would just ask them another question to continue the conversation. This is like a foolproof, like guaranteed way to literally like okay, so I don't want to say like make a friend, because if you're somebody like me, while I'm very extroverted, I talk to a lot of people. I can relate with and make friends, or I say friends with a lot of people, but I'm very picky in who I hang out with and who I talk to. So for me, even though I'm teaching you how to make like more friends or talk to more people, I guess I should say talk to more people, because I look at all of these individuals as like acquaintances. Like if I see them out in public, I'll talk to them. I only have a very few select amount of people, very, very, very small number that I don't even hang out with on a regular basis. I talk to through like Instagram Reels or like Instagram DMs, and maybe at the gym every once in a blue moon when I see them. That's when I'll say hi to them, because for me, I don't have a big friend group. I don't have people that I really go and hang out with. Being in a wheelchair, it's very difficult, and I'm justifying why I don't. And to be honest with you, I would rather stay home, work on my business, take my dog somewhere, meet people out in public, and if I can make plans with you, great. But when I'm going with this, not to be personal with that, you might be able to relate to that. So I guess in a way that me telling you how I am can help you. Even though I'm sitting here saying like I talk to a lot of people, this will help you make friends. This will help you get a relationship with a guy or a girl because you're going to have to know the other person anyways. And then if you want to just talk to more people and learn how to be more social, well, when you meet people, if you can relate to them in any way, shape, or form, then the next time you see them, talking to them is going to be easier. The person's going to feel like they know you, and it's not there's not going to be like an awkward, like you guys can always talk about something is where I'm going with this. Because if you see them again and you want to talk to somebody, you can just go, hey, what's going on, bro? How are you? Hey, girl, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. What's new? And you guys could just continue talking. Who knows? If it's a guy or a girl, or a girl and a guy, you guys might have stuff that you actually enjoy doing like together. Like if you two keep talking and you figure out similarities and things that you enjoy doing, well, if the girl's cute or if the guy's cute, well, hey, would you want to go and do that sometime? Yeah, that actually sounds fun. And now you two have two things that you can do together that you enjoy doing. Because if you're talking to a guy or a girl, and whether it's romantic or not, and you want to invite them to do something, if you like it and they don't, they're not likely to agree to that simply because that's not something they enjoy. So this is why being relatable to somebody, if you can, is so important to like building and maintaining relationships. Because I can tell you from experience, trying to maintain a relationship, whether it's with a friend or a relation, like a romantic partner, is very difficult to do when you guys have nothing in common. You have nothing to talk about, nothing to share with one another. Yes, you guys might do different things, and yes, you both might enjoy those different things, and you can talk about those different things. But if you do this and they don't like it, and they do this and you don't like it, when they tell you about it, you're not really going to give a fuck. And that's going to show in the way you talk about it, the way you ask questions. And that's what I mean, is like that quote, like opposites attract, is the biggest. I don't know where it came from. And if I'm talking about it in a different sense than I am in this video, then I apologize. But from my understanding, that's opposites attract. That just means, you guys, two different people, that's going to bring you together. From my experience, when it comes to talking to people, whether it's with a relationship or just an acquaintance or friend, that does not happen. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hey guys, if you're looking to improve your social skills even more, if you like this video, check this one out right here, man. This whole channel is dedicated on that. I want to help make you guys more social, especially my Gen Zers who are on their phone all day long. And hey guys, I'll see you in the next one.